What's good, YouTube fam? You already know who it is. It's the Brown Brother by need no introduction. I greet y'all peace, positivity, and most importantly, empowered as we go to being a melanated person in America. Before I get started, please like, share, subscribe, and let's hop right into it. Today I want to talk about the black male masculine energy. Now, you heard me talk about the masculine energy. I've done a couple of videos how to be grounded in your masculine energy and just overall talking about this channel, how to be a man and going through the journey of manhood. But what's so amazing and so special about the black male masculine energy is I kind of get a chance to finally define it as what it is, not only personally for myself, kind of give it an insight into what it is. I know a lot of people have done videos talking about manhood, talking about masculinity, but I don't know, has anybody ever done this video? I don't research seeing who does videos. I kind of just speak from my heart. And if somebody's already done it before me, then they already, done it. But I just try and get my take on it because everybody's opinion is a little different. First and foremost, what is energy? Let me break it down into three parts. I'm going to tell you what is energy, what is man energy, or masculine energy, and then tell you what is black male masculine energy. So energy is your essence. When you hear me say my essence or your essence all the time, I mean your conscious. I don't mean conscious as in everybody trying to be cool in 2016, 2017, conscious and woke and all that. I've removed myself from those words just because it's so mainstream now. It's crazy. But what I mean by that is your essence, it's your conscious behavior to whether you choose to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Your energy or your essence is I'm a human being. Um, I get up every single day. I'm conscious. I'm clothed in my right mind. I go forth and do things. That's my energy and my essence. While I'm alive, while I'm breathing, while I'm talking, walking, whatever. This is my energy. This is my essence. Basically, my spirit, my soul. This is my energy. This is my essence. Right. So masculine energy for me, well, what is it to be a man? Is to be respectful towards those who are respectful towards you, but also dealing with life with integrity. That even though those who are not so much as people to deal with, you know how to handle it in a masculine way that keeps you safe and protected, but it always keep your defenses up as well. Um, Being a man is respect and responsibility, is being responsible for your own actions, good or bad. Is being held in yourself accountable. Is being a good son, brother, uh, father, whatever case of how long you going through the journey of manhood, what path you're taking. It's about providing. It's about protecting. It's just about being loyal and being intelligent and smart and going about your business and handling everything, but particularly respect and responsibility. All the way to two things that come back to. If you shake a man's hand and look him in the eye, that contract is more straight than any legal binding contract because you as your man, the only thing you have is your name and your word and your legacy. That's all you got in this world. You're born here naked and alone, and 9 times out of 10 you leave the earth the same way. Well, maybe not in that manner, but you understand where I'm coming from. So being a man just entails just doing manly things, not acting like a boy, not acting a certain way. Is protecting. Is not. It's being mature. Um, it's about being responsible and knowing that you yourself are a certain age that you just act accordingly. So, okay, there it is. But now let's talk about what is the black male masculine energy. That's what I want to talk about. Y'all heard me talk about what it is to be a man 1,000 times over. I've got over 100 videos, I think, on here telling you how to be a man and how to do the right things and how to be calm in the face of conflict and how to carry yourself the right way as a man. But even then, because this is I Am Young Black Man, I want to talk about how you carry yourself as a man, in particular, a black man. Um, Before I get started, I want to use a definition actually that I found on this T-shirt. I don't know where the original definition came from. A sister has a company I like to plug, black-owned business called Soul Seed Apparel, and she came up with these T-shirts, and I thought that the definition was amazing. I don't know where the definition come from, but I definitely just read it to you. And it says black man, and it has how to pronounce it. The definition almost like you're reading from a dictionary. And it says, one, the original man of planet Earth, richly melanated man of African descent who loves, honors, and respects the black woman, a protector and a provider of his family, one whose life has more value than depicted by society. And I believe that that definition sums what a black man is to the T. I can't find a better definition to use, right? So For me, being a black male is that, but the black male masculine energy is you putting forth your energy and your essence as a human being, as an individual, as a man, to inhabit this earth or whatever the grand scheme of life truly is, because at the end of the day we live and we die. We've never seen anybody come back, come back around. So I don't really know what happens to you after you pass away. But while you're here, you're respectful, you're responsible, you take care of your family, you protect your family, you try to provide for them in any way possible. You make things happen. As a man, we don't carry a child, but we're able to produce a child. It's biology, right? We're able to help produce, or help, how can I put this, create a child, right? So it's, um, we're here to create. I personally feel we're here to provide and protect. We're here to lead. We're here to discipline. We're here to hold not only ourselves accountable, but depends on what you do and what field you decide to go in, is also held those around you accountable. Being a man entails a lot, but the black male masculine energy is you being grounded in yourself, you being grounded in your manhood. Being the black male masculine energy for me is honoring our ancestors, being deeply connected to those who have come before us, or those who have experience and wisdom, is leaning on the wisdom of the elders as we become older and take their place as we grow through our various segments and stages of life. It's being through the journey of manhood and continually learning knowledge, and continually using our narrative, our perspectives, our mindsets, just to make our situation, and if we're blessed enough to make the situation of others better. It's constantly progressing and growing. The black male masculine energy is something that you have to embrace. It's something that you have to seek, but once you seek it, you have to embrace it. It's almost like it's almost like the Green Lantern. I don't know if anybody ever seen that story. And it's like the ring finds somebody that's worthy, and I forget how it goes. I think then the ring goes on the finger, and you become the Green Lantern, right? Whatever. I think that's how the story goes. So it's almost to me like somewhat of that effort. You have to seek being respectful and responsible, and then sooner or later, after you seek the black male masculine energy, which is integrity, honesty, responsibility, respect, the things will that journey entails would then meet up with you, and you will be at the journey that we call the journey of manhood, the fork in the road that I speak of. Do you go right and take the right and righteous path, which is be a father or a mentor, or just a man, period, and do everything with integrity, respect, responsibility? Or do you take the left? Do you continue to go down the road of irresponsibility, of not growing and maturing, of not progressing, right? So the black male masculine energy has been watered down by society. It's been stripped of us since slavery. Since you had to have a master, if you got out of line, he beat you. If he took your wife, you couldn't do nothing about it. That's the masculine energy. You couldn't protect, you couldn't provide, you couldn't do anything, right? I mean, let's not candy coat it or sugar coat it. Let's say it for what it is. It's history. It happened to our ancestors. It happened. And if you look at it from some perspectives, it still happens now. But I will maybe do a part two and talk about the masculine energy in the context of how things have not grown and changed, and how they grown and changed for black men. But I probably do that as a part two. But the black male masculine energy for me is, um, it's just that as you go through the journey of manhood, you're gonna have the choice to seek it, and do you embrace it fully? Do you take responsibility for the family and the action of your loved ones? Do you take responsibility to raise a family and take care of a family? Do you take the responsibility to protect your wife and your mother and even eventually your brothers and your sons and your nephews and all this? Do you take those responsibilities? That's what it is. But again, it's been watered down by society. All these narratives that black men are this way and that way, and the only time they want to show a black man is when wearing a dress and a wig and parading around on TV, or being like this comic clown, court jester, or thug. They've watered down what a definition of a man for a black man is. To strip us of our manhood is something that they've been trying to do for over what 3, 4, 5, 600 years. But a man for the black male masculine energy is seeking the masculine energy. Maybe I'm not explaining that correctly, but even as somebody try to water it down, try to strip us of our masculine, try to strip us of our manhood, try to take it away, it's still us against the forces of oppression going against the grain, or going, how can I put this, against, trying to fight an army by yourself and going against them without quit, without cease, as you're being oppressed, as you're being beaten, as you're being torn down, to still fight against it and get to the destination of being a man, get to the destination of taking your righteous place, right? So that you can do all and can be all that you can be. So the black male masculine energy for me is something that you have to seek and something that you have to embrace once you find it. However, a lot of times I do admit that society tries to oppress us and try to show black men the light. So they try to target young boys. And even then, sometime again, I said by yourself, again, you're fighting sometime the fight by yourself if you don't have somebody to lean on. So it becomes very hard to try to seek that energy and embrace it. And when everybody's telling you not to, and when the media is showing you how not to, and when certain situations and circumstances that you're in do everything to try to take that away from you, to seek it, you're doing what I call you're actively fighting the good fight, which is to be a man. And it's hard, I'm not going to lie. But once you embrace it, it'll change your life forever. You'll begin to see changes in yourself and the way people behave around you and within the way people treat you. You'll begin to acknowledge it. And a certain level of other responsibilities will come with it, but it'll be the best decision that you've ever made. On the black male masculine energy, for me, is just respect, responsibility to um, embrace being a man, but embrace being a man for what it means as a black man. It's something totally different from any other race, culture, ethnic group, whatever. And anybody can say different, but that's my personal belief. You can take it or leave it. Being a black man and challenging a black male, I mean, and channeling, excuse, not challenging, but channeling the black male masculine energy the way that the universal God intended. For today's society, is a hard task to do, but it's one that we must do. And you see a lot of people who accept the challenge and embrace it, and you see a lot of people who don't accept the challenge and embrace it. There's no, let's just call a spade for what it is. A spade for a spade. It is what it is. There's a lot of people who take the journey of manhood, period. There's a lot of people who don't. But as black men, we must constantly change the narrative and restore it back to the way that it originally intended for it to be. And that's going to be a very hard task to do. But that's why I say you embrace the masculine energy. You seek it and you embrace it. Because as you seek and embrace it, it'll be those who will try to stop you and attack you for embracing it and seeking it. But the only thing that their attacks are doing is propelling you and refining you. So a piece of coal has to go through fire for it to turn into a diamond. Okay? Tough people, tough times don't last forever, only tough people do. So you have to figure out, okay, as I'm going through this situation, you have to learn from it, but it actually builds you up and makes you stronger so that you can be great. So again, maybe I explained the best way. I'm probably going to do a part two, but I kind of just want to give a thought of black male masculine energy. What is it? What is masculine energy? What is energy in essence, period? But particularly, what is the black man masculine energy? Is there respect, responsibility, taking care of your brother, looking out for your brother, protecting your mother, your family, your sons, your daughters, your spouse. Is really um, understanding and believing in the path of the righteous path of our ancestors that they set for us, and being connected to your ancestors. As being an African American, but remembering that it was originated for us to be melanin beings and be strong in our masculine energy. So we must remember that it knows we're a hyphenated American, African American, that at the end of the day we're a black man or a melanated man, and that's the way it is, and it carries certain responsibilities. It carries certain consequences. It carries certain targets. It carries a lot of everything, but that we must embrace it and not be afraid of it. That we must not deny it or disarray or how can I say distance ourselves from, but actually seek it and embrace it fully and wholeheartedly. So, like I said again, the definition I had was on the Associated Apparel T-shirt. I wholeheartedly believe the definition of a black man is to protect and love his family, is to be the always, to be respectful, be responsible, to be strong, to be true to himself and to his culture and to his background. It's to not sell his people out, but to continue to move forward in everything that he does and everything that he say. To continue down the journey of manhood, to rear and to be the disciplinary force once his generation and his father or those who were the disciplinary figures in his life can no longer, I guess by legal means, do that, then he must take upon himself to discipline himself first and foremost, be disciplined in oneself. Strict diet, exercise, mental strength, protecting, making the right choices. So he must discipline himself, and then once he has a child, and once he co-creates with a beautiful black woman, he must now rear his child and be a disciplinary figure, but also loving and nurturing and caring for them, so that once he passed away, his son, his namesake, and his legacy will continue to go down the next journey and the next path. So being a black male and masculine energy is something that never dies, but it lives on forever. Each and every child is a carbon copy, or I mean, I hate to say that word carbon copy, but a a another link in the chain of everlasting life that's given to us by the universe of God. And that once we pass away, that somebody else will, but they'll take our name and our legacy, or even have a door, whoever it is, will take your spirit and your essence and will continue down the road. But it's just to raise your kids up in the righteous way and do the things that us entail for a man to do, which is be respectful and responsible. You heard me say that about 100 times in this video, but I cannot think of two other words that are more important to a man and to a black man. So peace and blessing each and every one of y'all. I am the Brown Brother. I will do a part 2 on this video if it's wanted. And I hope that everybody has a great week. But continue just to seek the black male masculine energy, and embrace it. And you'll see that your life will change substantially. So peace and blessing. I'm on to the next one.